Students and staff are in high spirits to be back in person celebrating Iowa's 175th annual homecoming. Dances, plays, and more performances through the university are finally back in person.
Can the number 2 ranked Hawkeyes hold steady against the Purdue Boilermakers? I'll tell you more in sports.
I'll tell you all in Hawkeye Nation about what weather you can expect this Saturday during the game.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Ashley Wheel. University of Iowa students and faculty have been united once again in celebration of the 175th Homecoming Week. Due to COVID-19, this has been the first time since 2019 all events have been in person. Homecoming brings together past, present, and future Hawkeyes in celebration. Events began Monday, October 11th with the tree planting ceremony. In an effort to benefit the environment, students gathered outside of McBride Hall and contributed to the planting of 2 new trees. Students also had the opportunity to donate to the UI Homecoming Blood Drive on Monday and Tuesday at the IMU. There was also a multicultural block party on Tuesday where students celebrated and learned about the cultural centers. There were bouncy houses, llamas, henna tattoos, bracelet making, and more. Hawkeye traditions continue tonight with the Homecoming Parade. The parade takes place... Oh shit, I forgot there's a slot. Hawkeye traditions continue tonight with the Homecoming Parade. The parade takes place in downtown Iowa City and beginning at 5:45 p.m. Following the parade, Toby Lou with Berhana is performing on the Pentecrest at 8 p.m. More than 10,000 John Deere workers at 14 locations went on strike Wednesday at midnight. The strikers rejected an agreement previously offered, and the United Auto Workers Union was unable to come to an agreement. The goals are living wages, fair work rules, and real retirement benefits like a pension, something new hires no longer receive. John Deere expects profits this year to reach nearly $6 billion. This follows a number of high-profile strikes across the nation, including the authorized theatrical workers strike, which is yet to begin, and last week's Kellogg strike. All hope for better conditions. And after a long year of recorded, Zoom, and mass performances, performers are finally getting the opportunity to be on stage in front of a live audience. The UI Department of Theater Arts and the Department of Dance are putting on new live performances. The theater department has been putting on workshop plays written and directed by students. They started premiering the first of their main stage productions October 8th, which will run through October 16th. It is titled Our Lady of 121st Street.
Students were just so responsible, and they were so careful, and yet still creative and almost inspiring. That going into this year, that we feel like we've built a lot of trust with them, and we feel safe in our building working together.
Dance is also getting an opportunity to perform live in the Dance Gala being held October 13th through 16th at Hanger Auditorium. Performers, directors, and audience alike are all excited to get to experience those live performances again.
The connection between the live audience and the live actors on stage is the most important part of the work that we make and that we like to share with the community. And that's my favorite part of it right now. The fact that we had, 165 people in the audience on Friday night.
A variety of theater performances are continuing through the semester for a variety of prices, from free to $20 for adults, depending on the production. And it has been quite a dreary midterm week. Ethan, will the sun come back out this weekend?
Thanks, Ashley. Today you can expect a high of 61 and a low of 42 with possible showers in the morning. Saturday will be perfect game day weather with clear skies, a high of 63 and a low of 40, with the day reaching its warmest temperature around kickoff. This Saturday, temperatures will rise to 73 with a low of 45 and clear skies. On Monday, there will be a high of 75 and a low of 53 with clear skies. Tuesday will be cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 45. Now let's toss it over to Mary in sports, where she'll tell you if the Hawks can stay undefeated in both football and field hockey.
After the glorious victory against Penn State, the Hawks turned their attention to Purdue for their annual homecoming game. DITV sports reporter Michael Merrick tells us what to expect from the team.
After a remarkable win over the Nittany Lions last weekend, the Hawks must shift their focus to the Boilermakers tomorrow. Although the Hawkeyes are riding high in their successes this season, they cannot overlook the challenge that Purdue will bring to Kinnick.
It's easy to slip into the mode of, we're 6-0, blah, 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 we're ranked high. Games are going to get easier. No, nothing gets easier. It only gets harder.
Under Purdue's head coach Jeff Brom, the Boilermakers have Iowa's number, winning 3 out of the last 4 matchups against the Hawkeyes. And Coach Ferentz knows that this game will be no walk in the park.
I think every game's been a different story, but common denominators, they've been, they play hard and they play well. They're good offensively, so it starts there. They challenge you in a lot of different ways. They make you defend a lot of different things.
This top-ranked Iowa defense shouldn't have any issues keeping Purdue from capitalizing on offense. Iowa's secondary nicknamed themselves the Doughboys. And with them leading the nation in interceptions and takeaways, Coach Ferentz is happy to play along.
I didn't know that, no. So I'll have to visit with him about that. But yeah, I'm all for it. If they keep playing like that, I'm all for it. They're going to get a workout this week, that's for sure.
The Doughboys and the rest of the second-ranked Hawkeyes will look to avenge one of their 2 losses from last year tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. For the latest on your Hawkeye sports, be sure to check out the Daily Iowan website. From Kinnick Stadium, I'm Michael Merrick, DITV Sports.
Speaking of the second-ranked Hawkeyes, DITV Assistant News Director Julia Richards highlights Iowa's climb to the top.
For the first time since 1985, Iowa football is ranked number 2 in the country. The Hawkeyes' solid performance on the field has graced them with a high ranking and a 6-0 record so far this season.
Really what it all gets back to is just trying to do your best to get ready during the course of the week and then being ready to go kick off.
The Hawkeyes have proved their dominance by crushing top-ranked teams like Penn State, but Iowa continues to have the mindset of brushing off their rankings and focusing on their upcoming opponent.
Just trying to focus on us, limiting the outside noise and just continuing to do what we've done to get to this point. We just need to stay on it and just take it one week at a time. So,
Iowa ranking high in the country is not unfamiliar territory. The Hawkeyes are in their 7th consecutive season of ranking in the top 25 teams. But this accomplishment doesn't come all that easy. The Hawkeyes push themselves week in and week out to be the best they can be.
Just got to keep working. Starts at practice, having great meetings, great preparation, and then competing and playing hard on Saturdays.
And though the Hawkeyes recognize their level of play is among the best of the best, what matters most is winning. Go 1-0 each week. That's the mindset of this team, and they look to go 1-0 this week against Purdue. Reporting from the University of Iowa, Julia Richards, DITV Sports.
The top-ranked field hockey team prepares for a 2 matchup against Michigan while trying to remain undefeated. DITV sports reporter Lucy Friedel gives us a preview of their biggest competitor yet.
The much-anticipated matchup between number 1 Iowa and number 2 Michigan comes to Iowa City on Friday. The 2 teams are the only undefeated teams remaining in the country. Iowa is 14-0 on this season, their best start in program history since 1992. The team will look to their backbone defense, who have only allowed 6 goals over 14 games.
Yeah, I think we need to play stingy defense like we have been all year, and we have to be able to execute our penalty corners and really try to win the possession battle against Michigan.
Michigan comes to Iowa along with their head coach, Marcia Pankratz, an alum of Iowa field hockey. She is 3rd among all-time goal scorers as a Hawkeye. This matchup is the first time the 2 teams have faced each other since last season, where they were both in the Final Four. Despite how big the game is, the team is treating it as any other game and will focus on the little things to get them a win.
It's just like any other game, really. We're not trying to think about it too much. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for sure, but we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Come out to Grant Field on Friday to cheer on the Hawks as they look to continue their undefeated season. From Grant Field, I'm Lucy Friedel, DITV Sports.
Back to you, Ashley.
Thank you for tuning in to DITV News. Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. For DITV News, I'm Ashley Wheel. Have a great day, Iowa City.